There is the operator and everyone else. All that is needed is access. Focus. Focus is quite possibly the most important thing to have during ritual. I want to talk about focus today. I think that there are two ways that I hang out with demons. One of them is actually hanging out with them and just enjoying their company and inviting them to live this life with me. And for that, I call that life as a ritual. And it could go on for hours, and they'll come in and out or spend the whole time with me. And we just have a good time enjoying shit in the third. And it's kind of like having a blend of my world and their world. And it's more like having them living in my world with me. There's not a lot of focus that needs to be in that. It's just like an invite. And I like to say, demon party up in here, up in here, up in here. That's what I like to say in those cases. And I do have those days a lot, and it's a lot of fun, and we fucking party. But when it comes to a proper ritual, you want to have focus. Like if you're doing a manifest ritual, you have to have complete focus. Don't worry about your bills. Don't worry about what's on the news. Don't worry about how hungry you are. Just satisfy your primal needs before ritual. Don't worry about shit. You have to clear your mind. Your mind is hard to clear, I'm sure. You have to find something that works for you to be able to clear your mind. Don't worry about your bills. I'll repeat that. The bills can fucking wait. Alright? It's ritual time. It is time to make shit happen. Is what it's time for. When you come into a sacred space to do a ritual, you need to be in the ritual. It is the only way. See, magic flows the path of least resistance. And there's the fly. Hello, Beelzebub. His ambassadors are here. Trying to spread a message, I'm sure. And so don't have any resistance. Don't have anything except focus on your intention. Intention, intention, intention. That is what you need in ritual. And so what is your intention? Well, you need to know what that is going into it, of course. And focus. You're going to use your mind's eye, and you're going to use your soul to invoke the demonic. There might be moments when they spark your subconscious. I call that subconscious sparking. And a lot of times, usually, it's because there's something that they can read that you need to deal with, whether it be trauma or a weakness within you that you need to strengthen, because that's what they're here to do, is there to help us get strong as fuck. And that's what you want. You want personal power. So there are moments when you're subconscious and you might be communicating a little bit, and that is fine. That is to help you. You will know the difference between them and subconscious sparking the more you interact with them, the more you invoke them, so give it time. Daily invocation I definitely recommend, because the connection between them and you builds up strong, very strong. And even if you schedule 1 day a week to meet with them, that is fine. It'll take a little bit longer, but depending on how close you get or how much time you spend in that ritual and how focused you are, the connection will build. And but you just want to like kind of schedule it a little bit, because then their current will start to come through you on that day before the ritual. I call it priming the channel. It'll happen. You'll see what I'm saying. Just try it. Once you start invoking them, you're going to find that their current will come through you before the ritual. You might even hear from them throughout the week. when you have messages that they want you to hear. You'll see things in your world that they place there for you. Invocation is a beautiful thing. Focus is very important. I'm going to reiterate that over and over again. And focus is also hard. But hard is good for you. It really is. Hard is how you get better. Easy is not how you get better. Easy is not how you get success in your business. Easy is not how you get results in your fitness routine. Hard. Hard is what you need. Okay? So, focus. All right? You want to sigil gaze. It is a really, really good practice to sigil gaze. Not only are sigils the key to unlocking the current, sigils actually will help you to work on your focus. So you're going to let your eyes gaze. Don't force it. Don't try to wink in some weird way. And you don't want to look weird. No, I'm just kidding. It's okay to look weird. But you don't want to do weird shit because it will be tension. And we're flowing with the path of least resistance is what we're doing here. And so just kind of gauge, just kind of let your face relax. And just let your eyes relax. And it's almost as if your eyes become one, but what you're doing is you're actually accessing your mind's eye by letting your physical eyes gaze. And that'll create a link that will allow your physical eyes to see what your mind's eye is seeing. And your mind's eye could see the most out of all three eyes because it is very powerful. It is a gift to humanity, the mind's eye. And working with the demonic will help you to open your mind's eye. Initiating through Sphere 3, Satario, in the clip-off, it will open your mind's eye to an extent that is unlike no other. And I'll do a video about the opening and my experiences with it. It can be intense, but it's very rewarding. And so when I sigil gaze, I will see shifts in the sigil. There'll be like the lines will kind of blur together to create an image. And sometimes that sigil shift will be the same or it'll change. It depends on the sigil and the spirit and kind of the experience that I'm having at the time. And so like Agarez, his sigil shifts into like a bird, like an owl or a hawk for me. And for Belial's sigil, it always looks like a skeleton face, which I never saw that until I actually focused on the sigil. And I was like, oh my goodness, it looks like a skeleton face, which is totally accurate because of his form, which I call the nobody form, one of his forms, as a gatekeeper of the abyss. He will appear to me as a hooded skeleton, where it's kind of like black in the hood, but then like skeleton hands, which I always like to grab his hand, his skeleton hand, as he leads me through places on the astral. Anyways, I thought about Belial and I got all hot. So, sigil shifts. That is a sign of the sigil opening. The sigil is not going to open on its own. You have to do that. You are the operator. It is your mind that is running the ritual. Yes, you have to invoke from the soul, and we'll talk about that another time. But your mind is what needs to focus in the physical to start unlocking your spiritual aspects. And this is a practice, guys. This is a practice. So that's why you want to do your daily invocation, or you want to do something every day. Maybe you want to do foundational work where you draw something on a wall and you gaze at it. That is fine. Foundational work is good too. And you can do that alone. You don't have to invoke a spirit to do it with you. And there are lots of foundational things that you could do for focus or for increasing your astral senses, which is very necessary to increase your astral senses. I think we talk about that a lot in the community because it is true. Astral senses are probably second to having good focus. So the sigil shift is a sign of it opening. And maybe the circle will bounce, or it'll feel like it's popping out of the wall at you. That is a good sign. Don't ever think that you're making it up. You're not. Everything that you experience in ritual is happening to you. And that is true. You're going to have to accept that. And then if you accept that, the results are going to be amazing. Because you don't want any doubt. Doubt is a creation killer. The only cool thing about doubt is it shows you the opposite of how you feel. That is what Agras told me. And that makes a lot of sense if you think about it, actually. But if you dwell in thinking that doubt is true, you're going to have a hard time manifesting your reality the way that you want to. So doubt is a creation killer. It is a manifest killer, and it's a bad thing to have running the ritual. So you need to have belief in yourself running the ritual. That's what you want. And that is what is going to get you your manifest. Because it is true. You believe in yourself. You believe in the ritual. Good. That is what's happening. Is that you are creating your own reality. That is how we do it. That is how the power elite do it. Everybody who is anybody that knows anything is doing rituals. What can be done during ritual is creation of immense power, immense transformation. Ritual is an art form. It is the eternal life of art. What is done in ritual will continue into your next incarnation. Just so you know. What I am saying here is some powerful shit. So, I have a little joke. I'm like, what is said during ritual is thus. So write everything down. If you say something that you're going to do to a demon during ritual, you're going to have to do it. With or without a pact, it's still like it is said. And whatever you write down in your incantations or whatever you say out loud, that stuff is going to happen, especially if you do it 3 times or more. Number 3 solidifies things in the physical during ritual. So use that and also be aware of that. The power, it's in your hands. So focus on your intention and just let the shit pour in or pour out. It depends on the ritual. Alright? So sigil gazing, so many benefits. I recommend, this is a new thing that I've thought about for reasons, I recommend not using channeled sigils that you just randomly find on the internet from other people. Like on Balg, we like to post channeled sigils, and I love Balg. I love it so much. Become a Living God, the forum. I'm on it all the time. However, I don't know who those people are. So I don't really want their channeled sigils because it could lead me to an egregore, which would not give me any benefits. It's not actually the spirit. It's not a real spirit. It's like kind of a fake spirit on the astral. And so I don't know. So what's best is to ask for a channeled sigil from the spirit that you are invoking once you are sure that you are making a connection. And through automatic writing and drawing, they'll give you a channeled sigil. And they will do this because it'll help you to connect with them easily, or more easily, right? And a channeled sigil is just between you guys. So that's personal. They like that. They want to build connections with us. That is why they want people who are willing to give them time and love and praise and their energy through offerings, through working hard on their path working, you know, they like that. The demons like positive energy being given to them, just like anything else. Them even more so, because they're negative entities. They're drawn to positivity. Okay? It's just science, right? They're drawn to the light. And I'm drawn to the darkness. We get along just fine. So, and like, so channeled sigils, I would be leery of them. I would rather use the sigils from the grimoires at first and then ask for a channeled sigil. I still use the goetic sigils. I think they're pretty good. I haven't had any problems. I haven't had any problems. I've been invoking demons for a year and I haven't had any problems. And I don't really use any protection, really. I don't use circles. The only thing that I did want to talk about today is what I do use a circle for. It's not for protection. See, I feel like if you use a circle for protection, then you're working under a level of fear. And for me, a circle is for focus. I think that's why we draw circles around the goetic spirits and around seals for the demons, like, because of focus. The circle is a very powerful shape. The triangle is a very powerful shape, but we're not going to talk about the triangle right now. The focus circle, it just gives your mind what it needs. It's like it's creating a tunnel from your mind's eye to the circle, and within the circle is the sigil, which is the key to unlocking the current and to connecting with the current. The formula for invoking spirits is actually very simple. But it has to do with intention and focus and using the proper sigil. Chanting the N is another thing that helps you to focus. Sometimes if your mind is busy, just keep chanting, because forcing yourself to speak something over and over again is going to pull you a little bit out of your mind into the ritual a little bit more. And when I say pulls you out of your mind, but then I say like your mind is what's driving the ritual, you see how like that almost sounds like it's conflicting? It's actually not, though, because your mind has multiple parts to it. And so when I say like pulls you out of your mind, I mean like the part that you're not using for the ritual, which would be like the part that's worried or stressed about your mundane life, the part that's dwelling on this and that, the part of your mind that is not what is necessary. What you're going to be using is your mind's eye. And if you have some subconscious workings to do, you're going to be using your subconscious. But let the spirits help you with that. They are dissolving forces. There's a lot of bullshit in our subconscious. The demonic help you dissolve that shit so you can get better. That is the truth about them. And that is why demonosophers and klepothic initiates, we get better because we do that subconscious work and that shadow work. And that's why we get better. It's a beautiful thing. When you're sigil gazing, you will see a blanketing coming out of the sigil, and it'll spread across your room. I call it the blue and black waves, and that's what it looks like. It looks like, it's actually the color, what I see, the color is like indigo, which is actually represented by your mind's eye. And it's like it's spreading, like circles. It's really beautiful. I sit there and watch it, and that's where forms will take shape, is within the blanketing. And when that's happening, you know it's coming through. Your eyesight will get better over time. The astral senses, they will help you to see the spirits. Keep practicing. Keep trying. You can connect to spirits. You can connect to the demonic. Everybody can. Everybody can get better. Everybody can embrace their power. But they have to put in the work. They have to do a daily practice. Do something every day. Something. Even if you're just making an offering, an herbal blend is a good offering because you could put multiple herbs. And as you're filling the herbal blend, focus on seeing the energy leaving your fingers and breathing the energy into every drop of the herbal blend into a nice little container that you have especially for a particular spirit. Try not to reuse things without cleansing them first. Like if you have an offering plate or a bowl, like try not to reuse it for different spirits without cleansing it completely. I just feel like it's disrespectful to give somebody else's offering plate to somebody else. But otherwise I tend to reuse it unless it gets dirty for the same spirit. So I love to do the herbal blend for Belial because of his earth element, and he's always connecting me with earth. I call him the keeper of the earth because he totally is. I can talk to him underneath beautiful trees. I love to pick him flowers, and I create a flower circle for him. And he told me to do that last May. It's August now. And so I put my energy into the flowers. As I place them, I say Belial's flower. And I have a particular song, and I like to wear horns, and this is a part of the ritual. And this is a ritual that I can do before work in the morning. It helps me to connect with this current, which I love to do. And it just kind of gets me super pumped for my day. But that is an offering. That is not a protection circle, and it's not even something that I typically use during my nighttime ritual, mostly because the flowers have been consumed by then. But flowers hold a lot of energy, and focusing on putting my energy into the flowers as I lay them down is positive for the both of us, and it looks beautiful when I walk into the room. Also, I can sit inside the circle, and the energy from the flowers I can pull into myself. Something that you'll be able to unlock after you cross the abyss is the ability to pull light into yourself, and you can use that as fuel for your body. Yeah, that's a whole topic that I look forward to talking about. This is my first video that I'm doing in a series called Invoking the Dark Divine. I also call them the Demonic Divine or the Infernal Divine, but lately I've been calling them the Dark Divine because they're dark as fuck and I just love them. They teach me the power of darkness, baby. And the power of darkness is limitless. Creative flow, creation of your reality, the power to do anything. Because darkness is the unmanifest. And so you manifest from the unmanifest. And that is how you manifest. So focusing, when you're giving an offering, focusing on putting your energy into the offering is best. And it'll also kind of bring you into that ritual mindset. They'll tell you things that they like, you know, or sometimes you'll be at the store or the smoke shop, wherever you go, and you'll be like, let me get this incense. Like, you'll just have like an urge to get a particular incense, or all demons like dragon's blood, and so do I. I feel like it's the smell of the infernal realm, dragon's blood. But everybody likes something different. One time I lit an incense for Beelzebub, but he didn't like it and he left. It smelled like chemicals and I started to feel sick. I'm like, oh man, like, okay, I'm not going to do that one again. But, you know, so we have these experiences and it's fun. You know, they want to live this they want to live your life through you, because imagine what it's like to experience a different life through every human. Imagine what that's like for them. That's got to be a lot of fun. I look forward to doing that because I don't intend to reincarnate. I am going to go be with them. That's how I feel. Working on that. And so that's why you want to have fun during ritual. You want to do things that you enjoy. Especially during life as a ritual, you want to make it just full of enjoyment. You know, full of enjoyment, okay? And the time that you will need the most focus, and this should be obvious to you, is during a manifest ritual or doing a spell. All of your mind has to be focused on that. That isn't a time for subconscious sparking or working through your shit. No, if you're in a manifest ritual and you're sending your intention from mind's eye up to dark star, you need to focus on that. You need to be seeing the words inside your mind going up, as well as voicing the words and writing the words. Like, you need full focus for a manifest ritual. And there are different ways to do manifest rituals. That was just an example of what has worked for me. If you're casting a spell, every spell is different, but your mind has to be in the spell. And that is very important. So there's different types of rituals. There's so many things that you can do in this practice. It is so much fun. It really is so much fun. I love invoking demons. I love working with them. I literally have a magical life. All the time. My mundane is magical as well. It's not as magical as the ritual space that I create is. My time spent in the fifth dimension is definitely, whoa. I mean, wait until you spend some time there. If you already spend time there, there's always new experiences. There's always new places to go see on the astral. There's always something. Something happens every single day to me. Something happens during every ritual. There's always something. Astral senses continue to increase. So there's always something new that you could see or feel, and then you go into a new spirit, and a new spirit brings a whole bunch of new experiences to you. You just have to be in the ritual. That is what it takes. And if you want to have a demon party, invite them to enjoy your life with you. It's fun. They'll do it. Like I said, they might come in and out because they're busy, but they can be with other people as well as be with you. But I don't know. I once had a 12-hour ritual, and Belial was with me the entire time. And we've done that a lot since then. It's a lot of fun. So, yeah. Life as a ritual is fun, but if you're going to do a proper ritual, you need focus. You need to know what your intention is, and you need to know what the ritual is. If you let the spirit have a portion of control of the ritual, then the ritual might shift away from what you intended it to be. The intention is still there, but maybe what you wrote changes a little bit. You do want to flow with that a little. You want to flow with that. And that's because in Universe B, the manifests explain the ritual. And so, this is typically true during a usual invocation. If you're doing a spell or a manifest ritual, the intention will be there, but sometimes the spirit will tell you to write something in particular or to draw something in particular, and that'll help you to get what you want, because they teach you. They're teaching you how to do it. So that's why you want to flow with it a little bit. You don't want to be so rigid to where you write a script and you have to be on it word for word. That's not what I mean by focus. By focus, I mean your mind is in the ritual. And when you're sigil gazing, you're relaxed and you're just sigil gazing. That's all you're doing. Well, while chanting. But you know what I mean, like, and communicating. But physically, you're sigil gazing. And you're opening a motherfucking portal. It's very serious. It is the key. Sigils are the key. They really are. If you're not using sigils, try it. It's going to take it up a notch. Just like enchanting. If you're not using enchanting, ENN, look them up. They take it up a notch. Those really take it up a notch too. Like, and it'll help you focus on connecting with them, whoever it is. I recommend Belial. He's the best. I love him. Just thinking about him, I'm just like, oh shit. But always be respectful. And don't bow down to them. Hold your own in a way that's mutual. You should be on mutual grounds. You have respect for their power. You want to access their power and you have respect for it. That is what you present to them. But don't be like bowing your head and sitting on your knees. Like, we don't work in that realm. We don't do that. Yeah. So, I think that's all I wanted to talk about right now. You are the operator of the ritual. If the ritual goes poorly, that is on you. I can't really think of a ritual that I would say went poorly. But if it does happen, and I don't know what your definition of poorly would be, because let me tell you, something always happens, and it might not be during the ritual, it might be after. Like if you invoke a new spirit, and they didn't say anything to you, or you're not aware of what their energy signature is just yet, which is fine, because that'll probably be around the 4th invocation. You might see, if you keep your eyes open, all 3 of them, you might see some signs in your physical reality that they heard you or that they were there. Again, increasing your astral senses will help with knowing if they're there or not, or if they heard you. I love to use a notebook for invoking demons because, and then I'll sleep next to it. So I'll write an incantation and then I'll sleep next to it, and it kind of solidifies because they can communicate with us in our sleep. And if you astral project, you can kind of have that with you, your incantation, and even take it to them is what you could do. So it's nice to have something tangible. That's another thing that helps me focus, is writing my incantation. And sometimes I'll get hit with a first wave. Well, this used to be the case in the beginning, a first wave of like a rage, you know, and what I would do in that case is I would just keep drawing. I draw my pentagram with some kind of association around it. Either I put like their number in the center, or I have like I'm looking at one right now, or I have like, this sounds kind of ridiculous, but this is my 3rd one that I did for Belial. But see, like I'll have some kind of association around the pentagram. And yeah, and then you'll build up different associations for them the more you connect with them. So if for whatever reason you feel like the ritual did not go well, that is your fault. Do not blame the spirits. You are the operator. If you don't know what respect is, look it up. If you don't know how to be respectful, don't even invoke the demons. I imagine you know what respect is, though. Now imagine you know how to be respectful to a powerful force that you're seeking interaction with. Okay? And I know that you know how to respect yourself. You're going to need to respect yourself as well. You don't want to come off as somebody that's in a weakened state. Everybody needs to get better. That's not what I mean by a weakened state. I mean, you don't want to show up without sleep, on drugs, drunk as fuck. You don't really want to show up like that. You want to show up as like somebody that is there to have an actual interaction. Sound like erection. Can I have one of those too, I guess? An actual interaction with that would be worth it for them and for yourself to have. You want to show up as someone who was there and with it. And you'll be able to prove that through how you hold yourself, how you focus, how you write, how you chant the end, what kind of music you play. Like, you'll be able to, it's like you're putting on a show. And you're inviting them to the show, and you guys are going to enjoy the show together. But you are the magician, and it is your show. And you will allow them to participate in the show because you want them there. And they want to be there as well because there will be something mutual. There will be an exchange. Typically, it's on an energetic level. There will be an exchange. You should never feel drained after a ritual. You should always feel good after a ritual. Some people say, like, oh, you feel drained after a ritual. No, I don't think so, actually. There should always be an energy exchange. And you might get tired during the ritual. Because let me tell you, sometimes focusing on something for a long time, especially in the beginning. But you should never feel like your energy field has been drained. That is not a good sign. And if at any point you do start to feel drainage in your energy field, ask for infusement. Ask for their energy. They're going to want to give you their energy. They want you to have it. Because then you are out there like a vessel for their energy, spreading it into the world. Which is good. It's good for everybody. So, focus exercises are going to take your practice up a notch. And keep trying. Keep trying new things and keep trying what has already worked or what you feel will work. Sometimes you might feel like something's going to work. Don't give up on that. Your intuition will help you in ritual as well. Because your intuition could be them giving you some answers. I know Belial likes to work through urges. I will have the urge to do something. It's always good shit, and it's always helpful for the ritual. But he will work through urges where he won't tell me what it is that I'm doing, but I just suddenly will do it. And then I'll look back at it like, oh, that's why I did that. Well, there's that Universe B shit, like, oh, that's why that happened during that ritual. It's because this happened after. Yep, manifest, explain the ritual. I love Universe B. You definitely want to exist within it. It's great. So, focus. Infernal blessings are yours to create, so go out and create your reality through magic. Chaos magic, black magic, Universe B magic. Try it all. Witchcraft, try it. Keep trying things. This is our access. We deserve to access the spiritual. Don't let anybody take that away from you. Because you deserve to access magic. You deserve to access your inner power and to increase it to the point where you feel like you are a steel ball inside and nothing can penetrate you. Work with the demonic. They will help you get there. I love them. I love demons. Ave and hail Satan and Belial.